I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. We'll keep this video short and sweet to run through some recent news. So I had to play that clip of Trump addressing the crypto asset class, discussing Bitcoin for 50 million Americans, the right to self-custody, and banning a CBDC. So going to be very interesting as we get closer to elections this year. The narratives, the debates over Web3, and getting more attention. I also had to highlight this. We can see Bank XRP sharing this. During a Trump rally, we can see a sign, XRP is not a security. So big thanks to whoever was at the rally holding up an XRP is not a security sign. So I know some people will be upset in the comments that I shared a clip of Trump if Biden could string a sentence together and discuss the right to self-custody for 50 million crypto holders in the US and discuss the future in pushing this jurisdiction forward. I'd share it too. And whether or not you believe any candidate, that's fine, but being against crypto can only hurt them because they want to get as many voters as possible. Next up, shared by Good Morning Crypto, just highlighting the correlation between XRP and XLM. So this is obviously correlated, and the most important correlation for these big bull runs that we saw here, even during the last retracement, was during Bitcoin blasting major moves in all-time high. So for me, it's just another boring day of waiting in the crypto asset class. I do believe the next cycle begins. I just want to see Bitcoin, the price chart, stay above the 21-week EMA and the 8-month EMA. Some alts are in accumulation at the lows, some have broken out, but the highest majority of assets are breaking out of accumulation after we see Bitcoin draw major moves in all-time highs. So I know we're in an uptrend, everything looks fine, we just don't know when this move's going to take place. Hopefully a lot sooner than later. The RSI looks fine. We can see we're still just right around that 70 level. During previous cycles, we came all the way up to 90, if not higher. So we can see the last 3 cycles. In the big picture, just riding this 8-month EMA, just resharing it for anybody new. And then when we go to the weekly price chart, we'll see a similar correlation, a little bit more volatile because it's on the weekly time frame. And you can see respecting the 21-week EMA all the way up. And that is where we last wicked holding this level, similar to this cycle. So for me, this is just a game of ping pong as Bitcoin is ranging. Right now, the 21-week EMA is at 59,700. And then we'll take a look for reference at the 8-month EMA. And that is at 54,600. So provided we stay above these levels, no crazy candle bodies closing below this level, it looks fine. So this is just the macro or big picture view on the monthly time frame, holding above the 8-month EMA during the past several cycles, along with the RSI having cycles within its own. So we are still below, we haven't approached previous highs. It's all good if you think that cyclical analysis is BS. This is just one of the ways that I read the market. I witnessed this in 2017 along with 2020, 2021. So I personally believe, right or wrong, that this is going to rhyme. I have those trend lines plotted. I've just never seen us come back to the trend line because we have already created an all-time price like 2017. So we've never hung around here too long. So if we do trend longer, I'll be surprised, but still holding the trend. So basically just twiddling my thumbs here. Once I see Bitcoin go to 80K or 100K plus, I'll get really excited. And everything I look at that I've shared in past videos, from the Bitcoin Bull Run Index, the RSI, the Pi Cycle Top Indicator, which showed Bitcoin's tops or relevant swing highs 4 different times very accurately, we're still nowhere near a cycle top. So we'll see how long this takes. The sooner the better. We have some bullish predictions for Bitcoin's price to reach $90,000 this year. From the $725 billion asset manager, Bernstein has predicted that Bitcoin will reach 90K in 2024. The firm notes that the leading cryptocurrency will also reach a high of 150,000 the following year. That's right around the 2618 extension. So I know many will believe it when we see it, but that is the reality, especially if Brad Garlinghouse's prediction is right, and if RAL is even relatively close to his cycle top prediction, this asset class grows immensely. So the reality for assets today is if Bitcoin goes up, that's a great sign. Even if Bitcoin dominance climbs higher and alts might not even pump and might drop a little bit more, that's the confirmation I want to see. We discussed the relationship of Bitcoin dominance, the Bitcoin US dollar price chart versus the altcoin market in the past. So just waiting to see a big move in either direction for Bitcoin, and hopefully it's not down, because that'll just bring the alts down longer. The monthly RSI, like I said, is in a good position. I would just love to see this run in the future so we can get that steady climb. And then on the weekly, just looking at the RSI, and zooming in on the weekly RSI, we can see we kind of approach close to 70 and turn back down for now. So if Bitcoin stays in the 60s or 70s, even better, but if we do fall into the 50s, I want to stay above this 21-week EMA. And Bitcoin historically has held the 21-week EMA and the 8-month EMA really well, as we can see in 2016 and 2017. And I know sentiment is pretty low right now, but there's still plenty of similarities when we compare to past cycles. So this is the total crypto market cap holding above the 21-week EMA. So even here, our last back test, we did hold this level right there. So looking at Bitcoin, looking at the total crypto market cap holding above the 21-week, we can go to total 2, excluding Bitcoin. We saw a similar backtest holding this level, similar to past cycles as we can see. Going to total 3, excluding Bitcoin and Ether, we're still seeing many similarities holding above the 21-week EMA, similar to back here. So once again, guys, just my opinion and not financial advice. I am biased. I make videos going over crypto. I am heavily invested in this asset class. I believe in these stats for tokenization to be in the trillions and for the crypto asset class to go up multiple hundreds of %. And one thing I know is that euphoria always returns. It can happen in the snap of a finger. The RSI turns up, volume enters, and boom. And the sentiment flips in crypto are extremely wild, so I believe that happens again right when we least expect it. If it happens in 2 weeks, everybody believes it. If it takes 6 months, very few people believe it. And two things, time and price action affect sentiment. We have guys like Peter Schiff bashing Bitcoin for 10 plus years, calling it a bubble. And yeah, guess what? It was a bubble and there was huge opportunity. For those that were early in Bitcoin, and the same thing applies to a variety of alts and projects that are here in the future. So it's a wild space with a lot of ups and a lot of downs, even more so for the altcoin market, which is significantly more volatile. And the craziest part about bull runs, when Bitcoin is pushing major moves in all-time highs and alts are rallying left and right, everybody wants to invest more than ever before. And of course, in hindsight, we realized the best time to invest was when sentiment was at its lowest and just waiting. And I'm guilty of this too, and sometimes the hardest thing to do in investing is absolutely nothing. And I always find it really valuable to look at past cycles and just look at price action and kind of reflect on how I was feeling at this time and try to apply it to today. Alright, in one of my next videos, we're going to dive a lot more into Casper to highlight the Casper stablecoin and recent news with that, along with the community call going over Condor. We'll probably have more news related to consensus for different networks, so we can see Hedera taking place tomorrow. We have Casper as a block sponsor, and we'll finish up with this. So we can see Brad Garlinghouse at Korea Blockchain Week. This is going to be taking place in September, and he'll be a speaker. And we have Good Morning Crypto here, highlighting catalysts that are coming for XRP. So yeah, I am tired of talking about the catalyst. Just a friendly reminder, there is a bunch in the pipeline, especially with Bitcoin drawing major moves and all-time highs. Ripple IPO, potential spot XRP ETFs, the tokenization with the Zonique X or Zoniques group, the Ripple stablecoin, etc. And I'm also really interested in Medico going under Ripple custody directly on their website. So they acquired them for $250 million to be able to be leveraged by large organizations, not small SMEs. And based off that, in the future of regulation for crypto, crypto will be held by banks, as we shared the crypto regulation in a few videos ago, being postponed. This asset class will be regulated, and banks, financial institutions in the future will be holding different assets, crypto assets on their balance sheet. And last but not least, guys, stay tuned for some upcoming announcements from iTrustCapital because they shared that they're going to be adding 20 to 30 new options. So will these be more crypto asset listings? Will they be some yield opportunities that they shared in the past? I'm excited to find out. So I have iTrustCapital linked in the top of the YouTube video description for anybody interested. I've had a Roth IRA with them since 2020, which is 100% tax-free. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Huge thank you to all that hit the like button, and until next time. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description, with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.